last week was week 38 and this week is week 39. For week 38, I spent the week doing my dissertation. Didn't do anything else basically, and then week 39 has been this previous week. So I guess I'm moving into week 40. Like this is week 40 potentially. I can't really remember whether this is week 39 or whether it's week 40 in that sense, or whether this is week 40 and like last week was week 39 or something. It all depends on how you classify it, but at the end of the day it's just a succession of days or of weeks. My hair looks like this. I think my hair is falling out and my hairline is receding. I think it probably overall is. Maybe it was here. I don't know. But it feels a lot thinner on the front and I can start to see these gaps in my hair. And I think I've always sort of had them, but I'm not really sure. A lot of my hair is falling out recently. I do usually get that during the summer, but maybe I'll be going bald. I might see if I can do something about it with getting hair products or something. But yeah. So last week the previous week I spent the whole time working on my dissertation. My dissertation's now done and dusted. I did want to put out like a celebratory video where I was saying that I'd finished it, but I ended up not having enough space on my camera, like on my phone, to actually record it. So I spent week 38 doing my dissertation, and I've now just spent week 39 starting to enjoy being able to go out again, and it really is like this previous week has been the week where I've actually been able to first start the rest of my life. That's the first week that I've ever experienced in my life where I'm not moving into any new institution at some predetermined point. It's now not a question of, oh, what will I do for the summer? It's a question of what will I do for the rest of my life, which is I think that puts things into perspective, because we can get so fixated on the small things where we go, okay, well, for this summer I'll do this, and then I'll be back somewhere else. Oh, and then for this summer I'll do this. But no, this is actually, what will I do for the rest of my life? What are the practices that I'm going to start putting in place that I'm going to be continuing for the rest of my life? And that gets you to think more sensibly about what it is, the activities that you're going to engage in are going to be. So I spent this last week hanging out with a couple of friends. We went and watched the latest, we watched Shizumi, I think. One of my friends is Japanese, and it's got me to start thinking a lot more about travelling, because she was saying that I could, go and visit her or something. And then some of my friends were actually going to go to Japan. Now they're unsure whether they're going to go or not now, but yeah, that's what they're going to do. So the week 38 was just me, I guess it's a summary of the previous week. So week 38 was just me, or at the very least that's how I'm going to play it from now on, with the numbering. So week 38 was just doing my dissertation. There was nothing really else to say. Week 39 has now been, I went to the gym for the first time in forever, and I really pushed myself. I was feeling achy for 2 days after, which is always a good sign. Obviously not, don't overwork yourself, but yeah, but don't underwork yourself either. So, yeah, I met up with some friends, we all went and got some food as well, and it was really interesting, it was really cool, especially Shizumi. It's a film about, it's a film about like someone travelling across Japan, among other things, and it made me want to visit those different areas. So my mind has been more orientated towards travel. You can see this is what my body looks like. Thanks to the gym, got a little bit more muscle back on me. I kind of don't like my bottom mouth. Don't like how puffy it is. And yeah, this last week it's been the opportunity where I'm now thinking, okay, well, what's the next thing? Now uni's done, what is the next thing? And I think that the next thing is to try and grow this YouTube channel. It's to work a part-time job and go to the gym, and it's to just try and continue doing that, seeing what I can do. I think that the YouTube channel is what I think about most days, so it's probably best I just utilize all of that, all those thoughts, and put them towards something that's productive. I've been able to record, I've been able to edit my books from 2022 to 2023 that I read, and on reflection of all of that as well, I think so much of my viewpoints have been moulded in bad mental health. They've, I've been thinking about what's the worst case scenario in these cases, and then thinking from that place with not even realising yet, I've then acted in ways which are unhelpful towards myself. So I think that this next, this year and the rest of them is going to be primarily focusing not on having anyone in my life, not in even entertaining potentially any ideas of anyone, but it's just to become more and more associated with myself. I've been playing Omori for my sister, and it's very enjoyable. I'm enjoying it. And Breath of the Wild, no, it is The Kingdom comes out soon, but I'm not going to spend much time on these things. I'm going to grow my YouTube channel. I'm going to put the effort in. I was thinking this is probably the hardest. In a certain sense, this is the hardest that humans have ever had to face. With complete abundance everywhere, we can relax the most, and that with it comes depression from not finding for things fulfilling, because things have to be hard to be then fulfilling, and it doesn't seem much sense to put yourself into, give yourself problems, because the human, it seems as though the human nature is to seek pleasure and avoid pain. And we had the blessing of having pain delivered to us every day in the past. But we don't really have the blessing of pain. We've actually made our lives very comfortable. And because of that, we forget the need for pain to balance everything out, to give us something that we then find fulfilling. Now, this isn't to say that you should suffer unnecessarily. You should suffer in many ways that are necessary. So, asserting yourself in the world, going through hard things that are going to push yourself to grow, like talking to new people, doing new activities that you're scared of. All these things are going to invoke pain, but they're worth it. Exercising causes you pain. But they're all things that reassert your toughness and your ability to, like a ship in the ocean, cut through and divert the water. That's what it means to be hard. It means to be able to assert your will into the world. Now, I know Lao Tzu says that softness ultimately overtakes hardness, and that's completely right. Rest is probably more important than action, but you still need action, in my opinion. Maybe I'll come back and re-understand Lao Tzu's work in a different way. But yeah, right now there's a need for hardness, a need for asserting yourself in the world. Maybe letting things slide, but being able to let things slide because you've asserted yourself in the world. I guess it comes down to another quote, which was something along the lines of do your work, and then that's all you need to do, and then stop. Do what you feel you need to do, and then accept whatever comes its way, because you've ultimately felt like you've done what you've wanted to do. So so my mind now is orientated towards travel. It's orientated towards getting enough money to travel. It's orientated towards improving my own mental health, and it's orientated towards to be honest, it isn't orientated towards improving my mental health. It's something that I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'll get to that, if I'm being truthfully honest. So that's something I think I'll need to change. But it's geared towards actually engaging and supporting my friends far more, being in better communication with them. I think it's ultimately to be better in communication with myself. And I think I need to get back into journaling and spend more time journaling than I spend playing a video game or doing an unhealthy habit. I can reduce everything back down to the habits and reassert, okay, well, I only need to do these 6 habits in a day, and then after that I'm okay. So yeah, anywho, that's how I've been. So financially I am broke. Physically I'm okay, but I need to get back into the gym, and I need the money to be able to pay for the gym as well, which I don't have. Mentally I'm doing okay. I've been having it's been particularly hard for the person who I've been seeing quite often in Oxford. She's come to some realizations now that I'm not there, and it seems to be pretty hard for her. And it's pretty hard because I can't exactly like virtually hug her or anything. And I'm navigating, not being too lovey-dovey, and I'm not neglecting her, but also giving her space. So yeah, that's particularly hard for her. Mentally, yeah, as long as I actually do the good habits in a day, I don't feel bad. Crazy that. And socially, I've had a nice time with people. I'm thinking I'm going to plan a Bluebell walk in Oxford, because I am based in Oxford until about the end of May. I'm going to have my friends down, which will be great as well. We can all go out, and hopefully I'm hoping that my Japanese friend will be able to talk to one of my friends who's learned Japanese for like the past 5 years, because my friend who's been learning it has wanted to like go and live in Japan, and it'd be nice if they could like chat, but we'll they're only human, so the likelihood that they'll get on is the likelihood that they'll get on with anyone else. But I suppose at least they could share that, I suppose. Yeah, no, I'm planning a Bluebird walk. Be nice to get a big group of people and to all go out. Yeah. The biggest problem for me right now is just finance. I don't have enough money to be able to do a lot of things. So it'll be a bit of a struggle, but it'll be okay in the end. That's my next biggest thing I need to start thinking about. I need to start thinking about how I'm going to make money beyond just a part-time job, and I need to start thinking about how I'm going to finance my life with buying protein powder, with potentially buying better equipment, with buying money for my diet, with buying transport costs, travel costs, eventually having my own house and stuff. That's all stuff I've got to finance and I've got to think about. So making money is probably going to be a big thing that I need to think about. And my mental health is another one. I think I need to spend a good maybe a couple of years just by myself. I don't need to get into any relationships or anything. I just need to focus and just be able to help myself out and get to a point where I can, have a good sense of who I am. And also travelling, I want to do a lot of travelling, and and growing my YouTube channel. To me, that seems like the best thing to do right now. It's to try and make some kind of content, to try and emulate the same type of way that Then and Now works, or the same type of way that I don't know, for instance, similar things along the lines of Hamza's stuff. I can imagine my content will consist of big main video on the main channel, and then the weekly updates on the smaller channel, as well as the books that I've been reading on the smaller channel. And then once I've read the books, I think I'll move them over and put them on my main channel. And then when I've actually started to produce enough value and I've got good at what I'm doing, it's to then actually start putting forward some kind of Patreon where I can have a private Discord where we could do book readings, where we could, there could be a community of people where we could maybe have private Q&As. Maybe I'd potentially do some kind of ebook, a bit like how Julian Majigi does on Instagram. He's a great guy. He taught me actually for a semester at Oxford Brookes as well, which is pretty cool. What else? And then after that, it's potentially moving into designing video games, designing maybe a type of video game, producing my own music, seeing how that goes, making my own animated videos, which would for music videos that I like. I also got to think about the financing of being able to buy better equipment, I say a better laptop, so when I'm moving between my mum and dad's house, I have a laptop I can work on and I can actually still produce videos on. But anyway, those are all just the thoughts that I have in my head. I'll let you guys get on with the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys for week 40. And so far, this is recorded on a Wednesday, but I'll be going back Thursday. Friday, one of my mates is going down. Saturday, I've got an event, a party. Sunday, I'm going on a walk. So, yeah, I guess you'll see how that goes. I'll be returning back, so I'll be trying to help out my friend with her work. I hope she's doing okay. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys in a bit. Love you all, bye.